Seems like it's not just the Army that is struggling with retention, and I think all services are trying to find a balance between how to approach this. And the Marine Corps has a new initiative that I think we need to look at. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts and your comments. I'm going to share some of my own in here because I believe that the Marine Corps, as good as this may sound, may be opening up a can of worms. So this just in, the Marines are offering fast promotions to re-enlisting corporals. The article goes on to say that it's continuing to revamp its personnel policies with a new initiative that offers quick promotions to sergeant for its highest quality corporals. The Marines say that the new program, dubbed the Small Unit Leader Initiative, is being rolled out to capitalize on recent retention campaign success. But to continue the push to remake the Corps into an older and more mature force. And so what's going to happen, this goes on to say, is that if you have at least 3 years time in service, if you had the recommendation of your first lieutenant colonel or battalion commander, and you're fully eligible for promotion and you re-enlisted, boom, now you're a sergeant. So this sounds really good, especially for a lot of these young corporals. But what people aren't taking into account is the second and third order of effect of a kind of initiative that this is going to undoubtedly bring to the table. I think it could end up backfiring on the Marine Corps. So just imagine you're in an MOS and it's hard to get promoted. Maybe your cutoff scores are extremely high, and you had this automatic way to make sergeant. So whereas the day before you didn't stand a chance in hell to make it, if you just re-enlist, now you can become a sergeant of Marines. Sounds great, except now you have this huge pull in all of these MOSs. You're over strength, right? Start to pick up what I'm putting down here. Your MOS is now incredibly over strength. What is that going to do to cutoff scores moving forward? It could take that pendulum, 6-7 months for it to figure this out. And where cutoff scores weren't already high, now they're going to be unattainable. Now, push down the road, you're looking to get promoted to the rank of staff sergeant, which in the Marine Corps is basically like a centralized promotion board, just like it is for the ranks of sergeant first class and above in the Army. Right now you have this huge pool of eligible NCOs to be considered. How many of those are going to get promoted? Not that many. So this sounds really good on the short end, right? Especially, again, I get it. Folks want to make more money. The Marine Corps wants to, keep more people in, and everybody wants to have initiatives in order to retain quality NCOs. But what is going to happen 4 years down the road from now? Are more junior enlisted Marines going to get out because they can't get promoted? And the MOSs that they would have otherwise have maybe had a desire to get into are over strength? We're actually going to force those young Marines out of the Marine Corps. That's what's going to happen. And getting promoted to staff NCO is going to become that much harder. Not only that, but let's just say you have somebody who does have 3 years and they're a corporal. Are they actually ready to be a sergeant? Have they put in the time in the dirt? Have they bled enough as a corporal? I'm not talking about hazing rituals. I'm talking about actually just spending time to master their craft. Or are they already going to be put out in front of junior Marines and said, here you go, now go lead these guys. I know you didn't know what you were doing as a corporal, but now you're a sergeant, and we expect you to know what your JOB is. It's hard enough. I was talking to a battle buddy of mine whose son was getting ready to enlist in the Marine Corps, and he had an option to go MSG. Obviously, he's a 0311, and so he's going to go to boot camp, Paris Island, and he'll go up to SOI at Camp Geiger, and he's going to go straight to MSG school, which at least back in the day was up in Quantico. And he's going to go do that for 3 years. And I said, man, It's going to set you up. His goals are to get out, to do one contract, get out and go work for the feds. I said, this is going to be fine for him. But if he changes his mind and he goes back to the fleet, and this is just a great example of what this kind of initiative of promoting too fast can do to junior NCOs. When your son goes back to the fleet, if he goes back to the fleet, he's probably going to be a sergeant after that much time, right? But he has spent zero time in the field. He doesn't know his IA drills. He doesn't know the basics and fundamentals because he never had to do it. He had a great job and a great opportunity. But you have to be smart when you go off on these B bullets, especially at such a junior age, really at any rank, because you're missing out and things change. There are advancements in your career field. And when you come back and you've been promoted once or twice, your seniors don't care what you have done in the past. The worst thing I've ever heard somebody say is, well, I haven't done my job because I was, in ops, or I was on the trail, or, I was a recruiter. Like, dude, I don't care. You're a stinking NCO and you need to figure it out. Sometimes with an extra adjective in there, or it's going to reflect on your report card. Either way, it's going to reflect on your report card, right? But this is something else. And I think if I had to take a swag with the retention problems that all the services are having, that we're going to see more initiatives like this. We've already seen in the Army where if you basically get your name attached to somebody who enlists, you're getting promotion points and or promoted, right? It's the same thing. This is just one step to an elevated degree, because now we're talking about NCOs. We're talking about team chiefs and squad leaders. So this is going to be incredibly wild to see what happens. Looking forward to your thoughts and your comments, team. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.